Bridget, your banner presents a very interesting situation in that your call to action is actually your headline and your subhead. Now, this assignment, in the course announcements, I had requested that students include their magazine ad along with the banner ad in this submission so that we can check the adaptation from the magazine ad. I don't see that, but I think it's really important to take a look at it. So I pulled it up here. Now, I'm what I'm after really at this point is the verbiage. So right now you've got your 2 free yoga classes for new customers, and that's what you have for your headline subhead here. The problem is that's animating, so there's nothing really to anchor this ad down in that the main information is being animated. So there's really nothing to anchor this down, right? My recommendation is this. Since we go to the magazine ad, I'm wondering if you can extract some sort of a headline and a subhead out of this text right here. So you could easily transpose the headline into dive into the best relaxing time of your life, or dive into the most relaxing time of your life as a headline, okay? Or even dive into relaxation. I don't know, whatever, but a headline and then a subhead only at Amethyst Bay. Then you can come down and reduce the size and say 2 free yoga classes included through September or something like that. But just try to be as brief with your verbiage as possible. The reason I want to do that is because my concern is if the viewer looks at the banner right now, there's no information. And the viewer will look away. If the viewer looks away and the animation is in a blank state right here, the viewer's going to look away, and you might potentially lose a client. So we want to have some text that is static and not animating. All right, I'll finish talking about text in that regard in 1 second. But the background image, yeah, I think it's a good crop. It works. The background image itself here, though, is a little bit dark. It seems lighter here than it does here. And I think that's because right now we're concentrating on the darkest portion of the image. My recommendation is to run this image after you crop it, put it in Photoshop, and run an adjustments layer on it to bring some of the detail back in the leave areas. I don't think you have to do that with this image. I think you're okay here, but I would definitely do it in this image here, as these leaves are really, really dark, almost unrecognizable. At that point, we need to include the masked image, right? So let me recommend a layout for you. All right. So remember that headline I said, dive into relaxation or something like that, whatever, right? Okay. So dive into relaxation, left aligned right up here. And then and that's in Arial bold. Then Arial bold italic subhead at a smaller scale is the subhead only at Amethyst Bay, right? Then under that, you can say your animation, just say free yoga classes through September, and have that animate out. Don't ever bring the animation to the point where it's completely invisible. Start it at about 20% and then increase the opacity to 100% and then pull it back to about 20 and then repeat that loop, okay? But the timing, I think, is pretty good, so I'm not too concerned about that. Then what we can do is, since the promotion for yoga would be right down here, so here you have headline, subhead, then you can indent the promotion a little bit right there. Then you can place that girl right here. And what I would recommend with her is when you place her in the image, flip her around so she's facing into the image. Her gaze looking up as it's looking at the headline in the magazine ad. Her gaze will be looking up at the headline and the banner and the promotion in the banner ad. Right, so if we place her right here, she'll be looking over towards the text, and that's a cool leading line. That'll work. Then we can place the logo right over here. All right, the only thing that would be left here is just to place a simple located in U.S. Virgin Islands or something like that, so the viewer knows what part of the geographic location of the client's resort. Okay, I know I threw a lot at you here, but I really think that this is going to work out beautifully, and in conjunction with that actually, where is that? I thought there was another version. In conjunction with your beautiful magazine, and I'm really looking forward to an outstanding campaign here. Bridget, as I look at the headline right here, I'm seeing it, it almost seems like I'm seeing a white stroke at first. Watch, right there. That type seems to be stroked with white. That means outlined with white. I do not recommend doing that. I would remove that stroke if you have a chance to do that. And then finally, I think as the ad is a little dark, I think the 2 free yoga classes, really, you really want to reduce the size because you want a good symbiotic relationship of image and type. So you want to reduce the size of all of your type. Now, don't forget headline, Arial bold, subhead, Arial bold, italic. Watch my cursor. I place headline, subhead, combination, something like this right here. Okay, I'm not real sure about the purple type. I think it's adding to an already very dark image, so you might want to try white, which will also create a high degree of consistency with the white headline here. Theoretically, oh, actually, you know what? As now that as I'm looking at the magazine ad, I would also change that. I don't remember if that's the final ad or not. I thought that you had submitted another version. But I'm not, I think purple for the text right here would work out much better than that black. That's just really, that black and white is just too stark. Okay, there you have it, Bridget. Those are my recommendations. If you want to go ahead and make those changes and reflect those changes for your final submission coming up in quickly next week. It's already week 7. Wow, this class ripped by, didn't it, Bridget? Holy mackerel, I can't believe how fast this went by. Anyway, do quickly so we kind of have to work a little bit quickly to get this done. I wouldn't mind getting another set of eyes on it before you submit for final submission during week 7. So if you want to make those adjustments and resubmit right here, that's fantastic. I can make some final comments ensuring that you are ready to submit for your final and then this piece should be ready for your inclusion in your student portfolio when that time comes. That's kind of how I've been directing the class, and I think students kind of understand that's the direction we're going. I would love students to come out of this class with a tangible piece for which they can include in their student portfolio when that time comes. All right, Bridget, great job. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. But yeah, all right, there you have it. So again, Bridget, any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you very much.